Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. Listen, we are coming to a close on the September being Life Insurance Awareness Month. And I tell you, it's been something that I've been it's been on my heart all the time, of course, to always talk about life insurance because that is what I do. My name is Ayanna Smith, and I am a financial professional, life insurance broker, and I am licensed in multiple states, and I am expanding to the people who need my help, whether it be final expense and whole life and term and annuities. It's not a one size fits all. It is a one size fits you. So just make sure that we connect that, and it's off the top. But we just want to talk a little bit about some of as we are wrapping up our Life Insurance Awareness Month. You see hashtag LIAM23, whatever the year is, 24, LIAM25. All of it will continue to go on and on and on because Life Insurance Awareness Month is something that I would say, excuse me, we could celebrate all month and all year. All of the time must we celebrate Life Insurance Awareness Month because of a part of getting our self together and a part of becoming better and becoming more knowledgeable. We need to know the ins and the outs. So as we do a wrap down, I'm going to kind of do a countdown. So I wanted to share some tips and some takeaways for the month as we are coming into a descent. You know, I love to say we're going to take off and ascend, and we're going to land and descend. Okay, so let's get right into it, and we will be right back in just a few moments. Well. Hey, listen, we are back. Again, my name is Ayanna Smith, and I am your host for the evening, the morning, the night. Whenever you're listening to this replay, I wanted to share that we are talking about Life Insurance Awareness Month, and we are coming into a descent where we are going to incorporate listing and understanding what life insurance can play, the tool that it plays in our lives, the tools that it offers us as individuals, as families, whenever, it's whatever you assess your needs. And we're going to jump right into that, and just know that first of all, again, make sure at the top, let's make sure that we connect and this be in touch with one another because it is so important. Make sure that we connect. We are, of course, Money Talks with Ayanna Smith, and I would like to make sure that we connect by going to, of course, my YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel at the Ayanna Smith, so that you can hear more on all the stories and everything that we're talking about collected on the dashboard. Make sure that you reach out to me and also connect through Instagram and Facebook. So it's streaming. We're streaming live to those platforms. Facebook, we stream live to YouTube, and we also stream live to LinkedIn. So for all of the LinkedIn friends, Facebook friends, and our YouTube friends, we're so glad that you have joined us. And also, please connect with me with my financial page on Instagram as well. And also, again, like I said, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure we connect on Facebook and all of that, wherever you are watching and streaming, and make sure that we are on point and ready to go to talk about life insurance. You can connect with me also with my with my website, and of course that is going to be www.askayanna.com, and you will see that on the screen, askayanna.com. So we'll have updates there and more things coming your way very, very soon. So as we jump right in, always have to have my notes and all my lists and everything. But we're just going to talk and free flow and go here and just talk about what the importance of life insurance will function for us, and the tools and the peace of mind that it can provide for us. So basically, this, as we are coming to the end of Life Insurance Awareness Month, here are some tips and takeaways people need to know. I need to know them too and delve into them even more. So just know that life insurance is an important financial tool that can provide peace of mind and financial security for your loved ones in the event of your passing, and vice versa. You want to make sure that your family members have life insurance on them so that there will be a peace of mind and financial security for you in the event that something happens. I always say you cannot outbeat life insurance for what you put into it, what you pay into it. You cannot outbeat, cannot outpace the dividends and the what we say, the face value that you would obtain. And I've shared stories throughout the month and throughout our shows this month, been rolling on it with me and the screen. We'll have some, of course we usually have some guests, but we'll have some guests to come back. But we wanted to just really delve in, and I want you to hear from my heart that here are some tips and key takeaways that we can take to the bank, basically, on making sure that we are covered and protected, and that we're bringing and have brought the awareness to Life Insurance Awareness Month. So the first thing would be assess your needs. As I always say and insert in most of my talks, is that life insurance isn't a one size fits all. It's a one size fits you. And how you assess that, and you say, well, how do I even get life insurance? How do I even obtain it? Or how do I know what's enough and all of that? The basic thing, or the basis of finding that out, of course, is to sit down with a financial professional, life insurance broker, agent, such as myself, and you would have them, and we would have a general conversation, assessing your financial situation for one, and that would include your debts, your expenses, your future financial goals, the things that you want to do to elevate and really make it good for your family and yourself as well, because there's so many different styles of life insurance and different ways that we can position ourselves to have a buildable a buildable future through the vehicle of life insurance. And if you want to know more about that, please, let's schedule a complimentary consultation and an appointment so that we can get you and your family underway with that. So after we assess the this will help us to determine how much coverage will be needed. And of course, we have different types of policies. Excuse me, with the different types of policies, we know we've talked about it so many times. We have term, we have whole life, we have universal life, index universal life, um, life insurance that pays dividends, life insurance that has credits, life insurance that will build via interest, compound interest. And then we have to then understand the differences between them and then choose the right one that not only aligns with your goals, but aligns with your budget. Because I put a post up on social media that talked about, I have something just for you and something that will fit into your budget, because sometimes people may shy away and may say, I don't really know what to do. I have this money. I want to kind of invest it or place it somewhere where it can build. Sometimes they don't know how to position that. And life insurance is often a solid way to build your money and to build your finances in a solid, safe, and secure and consistent and stable manner. Because one thing I know, and one thing you can research on your own, is the life insurance industry has outlasted the Great Depressions, recessions, however we want to say it, and always has a profit turning. So it's always money being built. So people who have life insurance, like I have life insurance, there's always money growing in the correct policy. The policies that grow money will always grow money for the most part in the vehicle of a life insurance policy. All right. So then there are the type after you get the types and you align that with your budget and your goals. Then number three, we want to look at term life or temporary needs, because sometimes you may just need coverage for a short period of time, like until your children are financially independent, or you pay until you pay off your mortgage. And that's how we position term life insurance over it's like a mortgage protection, because if you have a 30-year mortgage, for example, then you could think about covering it with a 30-year term policy. And of course, all of that would benefit you if the event of passing away while the mortgage is still not paid off, then you get a policy that would cover the mortgage. In the event of someone's passing, then the family won't have to worry about how am I going to continue to pay for this mortgage, because you can just pay it off and live in the home. And then, and of course, think about enough to have to project, I would say project for taxes and insurance that come along with that. But over time, you can't beat it. You cannot beat looking at term life insurance for that temporary need of covering a mortgage or making sure that your children are out of the home. Then look at four, where we have whole life for permanent needs. Whole life insurance is going to provide you the coverage for your entire life, whole life, all your life, or universal life, all your life. It includes a cash value component. And that's where sometimes it's a good choice if you have permanent financial responsibilities like estate planning and you want a focused saving component. It also helps to, as I share many times, to be a vehicle that will help you in your retirement strategies as well. So it's a great place to house money, to build in, to get then turn on a stream of income or allotments once you are retired or no longer in the workforce. So then number five, as we are thinking about, as we're wrapping up September being Life Insurance Awareness Month, number five, we want to review your existing coverage. So if you already have life insurance, regularly review your policy to ensure that it still meets your needs, that life circumstances, in their changing, ever changing modes, whether you married, get divorced, get a new job, buy a home, sell a home, get a rental property, your coverage should reflect that. And then also too, shop around. Now, you don't necessarily have to shop around if you were connect with me, because I'm going to do that part for you so that we can offer you the best rate based on what you are asking for, and goes back again to your goals and your financial needs. your financial, the things that you want to do financially. I want to make sure that you get the best thing. So I don't go with, and neither should you, settle for the first policy you come across, because there may be something better. There may be something that is going to give you more coverage, or a few more, sometimes bells and whistles that will cater to what you need. And with that, you're able to, when you don't settle for the first policy you come across, you're able to shop around and compare quotes from different insurance companies to get the best rates and terms. Now, there's no need of calling me for all of that, because I am going to sit down and share with you, hear your heart, hear what you need, what you want, and get the best rate that I do. Basically, I do the shopping for you. I'll be your personal insurance, life insurance shopper. Is that fair enough? Absolutely. Connect with me, askayanna.com. And number 7, consider riders. Consider riders to your policies, but also be very, very aware that riders are basically, well, I would say this, when we're talking about riders, not just for people, but when we're talking about riders in this sense, riders for specific situations such as critical illness, disability, or accidental death. I would say that is a great way, add those, having those little added cushions to assist in the event any critical illnesses come up, any disability comes up. We're not looking for that, but if it happens, we have it. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Right? It's better to have that for us, because you never know. Because at the same time, qualifications for life insurances can be different as well, and sometimes your health kicks in on the rates that you could consider getting, and also the style and the type of life insurance that you may want. If certain illnesses have already been a part of your medical history, it may prohibit or prevent you from getting that. And so getting it early, getting when you're not ill or not sick, or that you're aware of, then this is the great time to go ahead and do it, so you can evaluate whether any of those riders will make sense for your situation. And sitting down with a professional will help you to do that. And then 8, we want to help you to understand your premiums, because in this, you have to be aware of how premiums work, because premiums can be paid, monthly, they can be paid quarterly, they can be paid annually. And so you're going to choose a payment frequency that's going to fit your budget, and make sure that you stick to it and you're right there in the pocket with it, and it's being taken care of every month. And then number 9, medical exams. Some life insurance policies require a medical exam, so be prepared to undergo this process. But I do have, and I've been able to help people sometimes that don't necessarily want to go through that initial medical exam. But if the company, I would say this, if we go through an express type setup and not have to get the medical exam, still be prepared to undergo the process, because an insurance company can require and request that you get coverages at any time, get a medical exam, because in the application process, and to delve into that, you will have to offer and give the HIPAA consent so that the insurance company will have the option, if they need to or deem necessary, to look into your medical records and your medical history. So it's still not off the table, but for the most part, if you are healthy, it's usually no big deal to take advantage of a policy, or getting a policy that will allow you not to have to go through not the underwriting. Everybody's going to go through the underwriting process, but not have to go through the medical process, because your health is pretty good generally. All right. And then number 10, keep beneficiaries updated. Can't say that enough. I've said it throughout. Say it again over and over. Be sure to review that, because you want to make sure that the person who you want to get the benefit upon your passing, you want to make sure it goes to the right person, or the right people, or the right charity, or whomever you deem it necessary to go to. And if it's not kept up with, sometimes the wrong people get it because they passed on somebody and the insurance company is going to deliver, unless that person has passed on ahead of time, it's going to deliver the benefit to who is on the beneficiaries lineup. So if it is with me, I like to make sure that the people are at least 18 years old, because there's some regulatory issues when you're looking at lump sums of money going to minor children that are under the age of 18, and you don't want that money tied up if you have not properly structured and gotten appropriate paperwork in order, like your trust funds, and delegated where you want the money to go into the trust, and then the money can be given to the child or children in allotments, and then they have to get a guardian ad litem to make sure that that person is standing in the gap for you as the parent, to make sure that they get the money, and that it's not a just overwhelming situation. So there are some things that go along with that, and that's why it is so good to sit down with the financial professional to make sure that things go as you want them to go. You can speak clearly when you're not here to speak anymore. And then 11, tax implications. You want to make sure, you want to know this. Life insurance can have its tax advantages, but the rules vary by country and by policy type. So you have to consult your tax professionals to make sure you understand any tax implications that might be specific to your policy. And number 12, your financial advisor guidance or your financial professional guidance. Because here's the thing, if you're unsure about which policy is right for you, the coverage that you need, consider consulting a financial professional life insurance broker such as myself, and I can help you to tailor your advice based on your financial situation and goals, as we said at the top of our list. And then, of course, with that, avoid delay. Don't procrastinate when it comes to purchasing life insurance. Don't be afraid. There's no fear needed, no fear necessary at all. If you know that you don't have a policy, or if you do have a policy and you need to go over it again, now is the time to do that. Now is the time to come together. We can sit down and do a complimentary look over on what you have and where you are and what may need to be added, what has changed, and all that. It is time to do that, and it is so important, so very important. Just like we continue, we put oil in our cars, do we not? We make sure that we keep our lights on at the house and things of that nature. Things that we just do and just say, well, hey, I can't avoid it. We should have the same posture. I would implore you to have the same or similar posture in taking care of the best commodity, which is yourself, which is me, which is the human commodity, to make sure you're covered in the event something goes awry, not just in our passing, but as we are living, we may hit and get a critical or chronic illness, and we want to make sure, if we can qualify ahead of time, that we have those things in place before we get sick. So it's all about not procrastinating when it comes to purchasing that life insurance, and getting it as early as possible, because the cost generally increases as we get older. It just does. And then sometimes we may face the difficulty of obtaining coverage if those health things are in place and impacting us, or we won't be able to get the large face amount that we want to get. Oftentimes, I sometimes run into people, they say, oh, I want to get X amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars of life insurance, but they may have some type of health concern going on. So for the money that they might have paid earlier or invested in themselves earlier through a vehicle of life insurance, then the face value is going to be lower, or either the premiums will be much more higher than they expected. And then, and also sometimes they're like, oh, wow, but hey, we never know. But the bottom line is, let's make sure that we have coverage. So don't delay. Don't procrastinate. And 14, Read the fine print. Make sure before signing a policy, you read and understand all the terms and conditions. And please ask if anything is unclear. I really like to sit down and sometimes probably over explain things, but I want people to know, understand. And I always ask the question, am I talking? Am I telling you too much? I just want you to know so you are walking in with your eyes open and your mind clear about what you are doing, because it is a contract between you and the life insurance company to make sure that they're going to uphold their end and you're going to uphold your end. And the expectancy is that the life insurance policy will pay out as it should and pay out when it should. So we want to make sure that we are very clear on what's going on and how we're going to handle ourselves during that, during that exchange. And then as we come into our descent, I think we are coming down to the end where we're going to then number 15, have an annual review. Make it a habit. Make it a habit to review your life insurance needs annually with your professional, or whenever you experience again significant life changes such as marriages, divorces, deaths of spouses, adoptions of children, and the list can go on how things have changed. But like, any changes in the human side of things and a change in your financial circumstances, because, or if you buy a home or if you sell a home, still going back, get that annual review so that you can make sure you have enough insurance coverage to to make sure that and this is a rule of thumb how we determine how much insurance coverage is enough, and know a number to start with is have utilized an acronym called DIME, like the coin. A dime, debt, D, income, mortgage, and education. Everybody doesn't have to educate children. They may not have children. Everybody doesn't have a home. They may not have a mortgage. Everybody may not have income, but if we do have income, we want to make sure that we get a policy starting out the gate with the face value of 10 times your annual salary. So in the event that you pass, you will have enough coverage to make sure that the family is okay and that everybody else around you is okay, to take care of bills, to take care of the home expenses and whatnots, to make sure that everybody is really good and really secure, even during their time of grief. So that's one place to start. And then you add on from there. If you need to educate children, how much insurance would you need in the event of your passing, that the children can still go on to college if they desire, or get that money upon your passing to buy properties, to start a business. It's just so many things that can that your name can be on, that you can be impactful while you're here and when you're not here anymore in the afterlife. So I want you to remember, as we have gotten all of our 15 tips, we want to start number one, just to give you a recap: assess your needs, know what type of policies you have or need. 3, term life or temporary needs. 4, whole life or permanent needs. 5, review your existing coverages. 6, shop around. 7, consider riders. And then we're going to go back to shop around. You don't have to shop around if you come to me, because I'm going to shop for you. 7, consider riders such as critical, chronic, and terminal illness riders. Number 8, understand your premiums and how the payments work and the frequency of them so that it'll fit your budget. 9, medical exams. Some companies require them, some may not, as a just a everyday process, but it also just basically helps you to see, if you do get a medical exam, is the rate going to be cheaper or is the rate higher if you don't? Something to think about. 10, keep your beneficiaries updated so the right people will get the funds upon your passing. 11, there are tax implications that you want to reach out to your tax professional to take care of. 12, financial advisor guidance, or your financial professional guidance, life insurance broker over here. And 13, avoid delay. Don't procrastinate about getting life insurance in place, because it is imperative that it is done today, right now, like yesterday. 14, read the fine print because of the contract between you and the company. You want to make sure you understand everything. And then 15, again, have an annual review, a yearly review to talk about your life insurance needs. I try to make my very, very point to talk to the people who have been that I've been fortunate and blessed and thankful to that they entrusted me to help them to get coverage and to help them to be on the right path for their family and for their personal needs. And I'm very, very grateful for that. And I want you to remember that life insurance is a vital component of the financial planning, and the right policy can provide invaluable security for you and your loved ones. And so just take the time to connect so that we can help you to look over what would be the best scenario for you, the best policy, help you to make the most informed decisions and ensure that you have the coverage that suits your needs and that you are good, 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 and good some more. So this is Ayanna Smith. I am saluting you for following me throughout Life Insurance Awareness Month, making sure that we have covered and educated and elevated. And that's what I'm all about here on the show, making sure that you are elevated, educated, you have knowledge, and you are aware of what needs to be done in the financial space. I hold one part where I really push the life insurance part, and it's all about making sure that you are covered and building wealth through it. So make sure again you connect with me on www.askayanna.com and schedule a complimentary consultation so that we can assess your needs and help you to get on a great, great path. And know this: money is always talking. Even if we aren't talking about it, be well, be safe, and have a happy, happy, happy evening, morning, noon, and night.